Hold on, stop what you're doing, because NBA legends just sat down and said something that a lot of people in this generation are not ready to hear. They called John Stockton, the quiet kid from Gonzaga with the short shorts and the old man haircut, the toughest player they ever faced. Not Jordan, not Iverson, Stockton. And one guy said he got absolutely cooked by him early in his career, 27 and 15, while he was out there thinking he was nice. Stockton threw the ball at his face and told him to back up. In traffic, on the court, no shame. See, the world slept on John Stockton for years, and these legends are finally setting the record straight. So let's break it down.
I hear that John Stockton was one of the toughest guys you played against as well?
He's the toughest basketball player
Whoa,
that I played against.
How so?
He's the toughest. Well, MJ, you would like to have, he would go to that one spot, and you could fight MJ to the spot. With John Stockton, he had the ball 94 feet.
I always used a John Stockton analogy. You know, he might not have been the most athletic guy, you know what I mean, on the court, but he was so effective. He could dominate the game by, thinking the game, his mind, you know what I mean, and letting the game come to him, and seeing things before they happen, and knowing what's going on in the game.
When you played against John, I mean, you had to bring your lunch. I mean, on the offensive side and the defensive side, because, there was a toughness about him that he carried that, I don't know if we have anybody in our game today that really brings that to the table. I would know Stockton as a scorer. If he was in this game today, with no centers and no big, I felt like, he made Malone. I don't know if Malone would have been the type of player he was had he not had a Stockton. I felt like if Malone's not in the way and you put them in this game today, I think Stockton in this game, he can score the basketball easily, get to the basket, and be just as good as anybody playing.
When you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
John Stockton.
Stockton.
Yep.
You bigged him up.
Yeah, it was in Toronto. I was feeling myself. It was early on. I had some good games, and he just wore me out. He had like 27 and 15. I had like 7 and 9 or 7 and 5. But
what he was doing? He
just smarter.
Just clever, tricking me, just coming down and just picking me apart like a surgeon with a scalpel, and I was just getting more mad by the moment, and the more I got mad, the more he just started serving me, Yeah, that's the only way I can say it.
Was his strength a big factor? Because people be asleep that John Stockton was strong.
So John was strong and he had big hands. And so, how the game was played different. So he never put the ball in the left hand, first of all.
Right.
And so, thing about John, he could hold you off with that left hand like this and pass with the right, and he put the ball way back there. And that's, he was just strong. And then he had old boy Malone setting the mean screens. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, he was clever. He was strong. People don't understand like how, you talk about some of the greats, but Stockton was, he was that dude that to me you had to think it with him too. It wasn't just gonna be no physical thing. You might have had more talent than him, but his mindset is what allowed him to me to be the best that he was.
I've never heard GP say anything good about any point guard ever in my life. He never said anything about you because he knew I was close to you. So he'd be like, "That's your boy?" I'd be like, "Yeah." He'd be like, "How close are y'all?" I'm like, "Close enough to where if we get on the court, we probably fight." Okay, that's all he was saying. Yeah. You know what I mean? John Stockton, right? He goes, "Hey, this boy right here, cold white boy. You don't take this for granted. You hear me? This is this is a blessing for you. When you face him, it's Mr. Stockton, the Stockton." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, bro. Like, I love John Stockton too, but I'm gonna pick him on full court." Yeah. I get in the game, pick him up full court. I'm like, this dude got like, I'm like 21, just turning 22. This dude got real chest hair coming out his jersey, dog. Like, yeah, he like a grown ass man.
Yeah, he
like, you know what I mean?
Manscaped.
Oh man, grown man. So I'm picking him up full court, and Stock didn't have a lot to him, but he hit them angles quick, right? Boom, 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 boom. And Stock ran his offense from inside college 3. Because if you touched him, it was a foul. So like, you know, you boom, boom. And I remember you get inside college, like he is not about to walk me to the free throw line and run the play.
He is about to walk you to the free throw line every
So check this out, Doc. So I stand him up, right? And when I stand him up, we bounce off each other. The ball go right past my face. I duck. I'm thinking it's a back door. No one's behind me.
He was throwing the ball.
He threw the ball at my face. I'm like, yo. I look back at him. He said, back up.
All right, real talk. Let me give you my honest take on this. When NBA players keep bringing up John Stockton's name with that kind of reverence, that tells you everything you need to know about what truly wins in this league. Stockton built a legacy with the Utah Jazz that had nothing to do with ego and everything to do with execution. Listen to this. The man didn't need a signature dunk or a circus shot to make defenders lose sleep at night. He controlled the pace of every game, threaded passes through impossible windows, and made the smart play every single time down the floor. Hold up. Holding the all-time records in both assists and steals doesn't just happen by accident. That is the direct result of iron discipline, relentless durability, and a basketball IQ that most players will never come close to reaching. His teammates knew exactly where the ball was going to be, and his opponents knew one moment of lazy defense was going to cost them. The pick and roll he ran with Karl Malone literally became the textbook definition of how that play is supposed to work. But beyond every stat and every highlight, it was his quiet, unshakable consistency that made him truly dangerous. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe so you never miss videos like this. And I will catch you in the next one.